Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll continue our AI engineering crash course and we'll talk about a lot of providers. We'll talk about Groq, XAI, Deepseek, Together, Openrouter, and one outlier which is a replicate. And we'll be just giving you an overview of them, how to use these providers, because they have one thing in common. They are extremely easy to integrate when you know OpenAI API. So let's get started. So we went to the introduction and prompt engineering already, and in this third module we talked about OpenAI first, which is pretty crucial for this video, so you need to watch that first. I'll put the link in the description below. We went through the Anthropic API, the Google API, and then we'll do the rest of the providers in this video. So let's first start by presenting these providers. We see here XAI. What is XAI? XAI is a company created by Elon Musk, extremely linked to Twitter, and releasing models. I think last year their more than 300 billion model were actually open sourced, so you can use it for free. And I think it's extremely trained on Twitter data, so it can be biased a bit, but the model is good enough to be used in production for specific use cases. So with the tool I'll be presenting later, you will see how to host this kind of model yourself, and also how to use them in your application. Same for Deepseek. I think Deepseek, you heard about Deepseek recently. They built a model called L1 that allegedly beats O1, or actually is on par with O1 on many benchmarks. It's actually from China and it's also open source. For the moment, it is the best open source model, so you can also host it and use it yourself. And Groq is actually a hosting infrastructure, and it helps you run open source model, but extremely fast. So I will be giving you some overview at the end of these platforms with your website. But what they're doing is actually helping you run this model at a really low latency. So you can use them for apps that needs real-time data, maybe for voice AI applications where you need the text generated by the AI quickly. So Groq will be a good provider for that. So here we have Together, Openrouter, and Replicate. So this actually hosting platform. So when you have this Groq, when you have Deepseek, XAI, and other Llama, Mistral, and all these open source model, you can host on Groq, or Together, or Openrouter, or Replicate. So they make it extremely easy to choose and host model. You just click through 3-5 clicks, and you have a model hosted on a shared environment, and you have the access through an API. And the way to access all these models on all these platforms except Replicate is quite simple. You just change one line in your code, and this one line is here, the base URL. I think we introduced it in the Google video. Google also support that, to change the OpenAI API to match a specific API from a specific provider. All you need to change is your environment variables that you will get from all these platforms. You will get one API key from XAI or Deepseek or Groq or Openrouter, and you will actually put it here. Same for Together, and then you will just change the base URL with one of these, depending on the provider you're trying to use. So if you want to use directly the API from their platform, you can. If you want to host one of these model yourself, you can use Openrouter or Together or Replicate, and have and they will give you an API like this, where you can actually, that will help you access the model. Okay, so with that said, let me show you quickly the website of this provider. So you can see here Together.ai. So if you come to their main website, this is the documentation. They can help you host a lot of models. So if you come to the main website here, you'll see that it's actually a hosting platform for inference to fine-tune and run your model. So you can actually fine-tune on Together.ai and also host models there. So it's pretty simple. You create an account, you choose model, click on host, You choose if you want a specific environment for yourself or just want to host it generally, and you get access to the API using the method I showed you, which is also here in the documentation. So you import OpenAI, you pass the API key from together, and you pass the base URL, and you use it exactly as you will do with OpenAI. Same for Openrouter. So if you come here, same base URL, Openrouter key, and yeah, you have everything you need. So we can also access the Openrouter platform here, and you will see unified LLM for interface for LLM, and you need also to consider the price, because each of these provider have a specific pricing. I think you can see the pricing here. You'll see it somewhere here. Specific for models, Llama. This is the pricing for 8B until 45, 405. Same for Deepseek models that you can host here as well. Seem more expensive here than on the platform. Here, same. Okay. Now XAI is actually, as you can see, company from Google, from Twitter, and from Elon Musk, and you can do many things with it, including image generation, but they also have open source models. Deepseek, and I think you know Deepseek already, the Chinese platform. That's actually here, Deepseek V3, and you can see the L1 somewhere here. Supposedly beating O1 Mini in different benchmark. And the good thing here is it has reasoning capabilities, but it's really slow. So if you want the model to think and give you a response, you will have to trade the latency for that, to trade the time that the user will wait for a response in your system. And Grok here, you can see how fast Grok is here based on benchmark. You can see together and other hosting providers. You can also check them out, but they are actually pretty fast. So they have a really simple example here where you will see, let me show you, you'll see how fast this is. This is extremely fast, 750 tokens per second. As you can see here, almost 750 tokens per second. So it's good for use cases where you have you need to have things pretty quickly. Okay. Now for replicate, you have a specific API here. With your SDK, you use the model that you want. I think you have a list of models that you can use here. It can be visual model. It can be so you just come to one of these models. You can fine tune directly the model on the platform and also host it. So you have the pricing here as well. So yeah, to see the infrastructure you'll be renting to do your fine tuning or your inference. So as you can see here, you have their SDK, and you will need to go to your documentation to see how to use your platform efficiently. Okay. Yes, so with that said, I think we went through everything. All of these providers, except Replicate, have one thing in common. You can switch between different providers only with one link and one API key. So yeah, I think that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.